Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Man United agenda. And as the rumours continue, Zidane to Manchester United. Will he, won't he? Or is he just holding out for the French job? But at the same time, Ole is back, and Manchester United and the squad are back at training. Welcome to the Man United agenda. Yes, and we're back, the Man United agenda, and as always, it's the fabulous Crusaders. So, as always, welcome, Mr. B, talking you OMONDI and Rebel to cause more havoc with OMONDI. How are we all feeling today, guys?
Is that what you know, Rebel? Hello there, Mr. Is that? Oh, wait a minute! Don't tell me. I know that person. That's if I'm not mistaken, that's Ed.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Oh, the ventriloquist is in the building today. Jesus. Oh, wow. Guys, if you haven't been here before, please hit that like, share, subscribe button to the Man United agenda. And it's going to be one of those nights, I can feel it. But guys, before we get going, if you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, please like, share, subscribe, and be in a chance to win this little beautiful shirt. This is the Man United shirt, and it is a signed shirt worked by the Bruno Fernandes. So, guys, let's kickstart the show. We don't Kino. There's only one Kino. Yeah, Rebel, you getting already in the comments. So, guys, roller coaster. This whole scenario with Zidane, it just keeps going on, really, isn't it? So let's start off with Mr. B. Likelihood of Zidane coming to Man United. There's certain element in the press today saying talks are ongoing. There's other people saying he is waiting for the job for France. Do you actually see him come to Manchester United?
See, I'm not sure how I'm supposed to answer this because I can make this really short. I can make it really long-winded. Now, I don't think Zidane. I'll be honest. I don't think Zidane's gonna come. I've looked at a couple of things. Maybe it's not just me looking, but he's been unemployed. He's been out of work. So at any stage over the last 9 days, we could have spoken to him, and it's taken 9 days for rumors to start circulating that we are talking to him now. The only people I've really seen talking about it is people who I have no idea who they are on Twitter. They've got no blue ticks. They've got no recognized followers. It just seems to be low-level people who are talking about it. So until I hear maybe I'm not going to say Romano because he tends to jump on things when he knows that they're done. But until you hear of a certain level of journalists reporting that things are happening, then I'll start getting excited about maybe Zidane coming back. At the moment, I don't think Zidane's coming anywhere. What are you telling me on Monday?
Yeah, I'm with you, man. And welcome back, by the way. Great to have you back on the show, Mr. B. And it's great that we agree today, you know. I've got my nemesis here who we don't agree. And I see someone stirring a pot there, solo, between me and Rebel. And we're going to have it out. But anyway, yeah, when it comes to Zidane, I've never thought he's going to come to our club. I just think it's good to put news out there to get people excited, you know, and say, oh, yeah, Zidane could come, Zidane, this, Zidane, that. Zidane's never going to play in England. He was never going to manage in England. I just don't see it happening. Why would he want to come to Manchester? He's he's worked at Juve, Real Madrid. He's from France. He likes to find warm weather. He likes to play the way he started playing style. He likes things easy. I think it's not going to be easy for him to come to Man United. It's never on the cards. I just think it's put in the papers to pump people up and get them all excited about it. So I don't think he's coming to thing, but I've got hair. Let me ask someone without hair who's on Zidane's page. Rebel, what do you think about Zidane?
Hang on, let me ask Ed. What's that? It's all an elaborate ruse to get United fans' hopes up while you were hiding in your boardroom and you're sitting on your hands. You're not getting Zidane. Ollie's staying for life. Okay. Thank you, Ed. Bye. Ed had to pop out, but personally speaking,
what do you do? He's just gone.
But personally speaking, honestly, I don't believe any of these rumours. We've been linked to the same extent with Rodgers, with Conte, with Ten Hag, and a number of other people. At the moment, the situation is as follows. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is back in training, and he's going to be in charge against Watford. That's obviously what's going to be happening here, because we would not have taken the week that we did and not made a move if we had planned to change. That's the way it sits for me personally. And we need to kind of, I suppose, climatize ourselves to the fact that the opportunity for that change is passing and is gone. We now need to look at our team as we have it, our team of coaches, our manager, and we need to look at what they can do to turn around the events that they've had recently. So, no, I don't believe Zidane's coming. I think it's all media hyperbole that's been pushed out just to kind of, I suppose, quell the fires that are burning around Old Trafford at the moment.
Yeah. And Talk, your take on it. I know you were sort of a bit gutted you weren't on the show on Monday because I think you had a lot to say about this whole Zidane situation.
Yeah,
and you didn't agree with on Monday in the corner either.
Yeah, I mean, look, I love Zidane. I just think he's got this there's so much that he can bring to this club. No two ways about it. In terms of this, the rumours. Listen, there's no smoke without fire. There's no denials from anybody from Zidane's camp, and you're talking about a like really high profile guy here he is quite a private guy as well. So for me, I think there is things going on in the background, but it's all being kept hush hush at his request. And until he or his representatives say otherwise, to let people know what's going down, he's going to want to keep it hush. He's not going to want this whole deal being aired and everybody knowing about it. Is it? Why would he do that? This is listen. And I also said as well, on Monday, you remember what I said. This is to me a bit of a come and chase me. If you want me, you've got to come and prove it. Come and lure me in. You come and sell yourself to me. Don't have me trying to sell myself to you. And if that's the case for me, I'm happy with that because he's a top coach. You go and look at what he won with Real Madrid. It's all there. It's all there for you to see how he can change. He can change the style of play up. He can go out through the centre backs. He can go out through the left back, the right back. He can play the long ball. You can dominate the midfield if you've got the players to do so. He can also, in my opinion, I think he can improve players at our club and to implement his 4-3-3. So I definitely want him at the club, but I also am not going to rule out that it's a possibility of him actually coming to the club. I'm not going to rule it out just yet until I hear from him or his representatives that, look, no, this ain't happening. Because let me tell you this, let me put it to you this way. All this is now, it's all over Twitter and it's all over other outlets, right? So you're telling me that if none of this was true and he had no intention of coming United, he would have made it clear by now. He would have made it clear to stop the rumours, to stop the nonsense, and say no. Yeah, but for going forward for his position into the French job or any other kind of job he may have his eye on, he would want this quelled so that he says no, I'm not going to Man United. So for me, no news is good news.
On Monday,
Hold on a minute. I have to interject. There's a lot of shaking the heads here, not just for myself, but it's unanimous. We've got Mr. B, Rebel, and even you, Solo, shaking your head. This is how they play it out. You're linked with Man United, one of the biggest clubs. You're going to sit back and say, hey, my name's out there. My name's being passed around. And he likes it. This is how you make build up your profile even further. Like you say, he's unemployed. He's not. Maybe we don't know what's going on. He's probably planning for something. He's got his eyes on the main prize, but it's not Man United. I just think the speculation helps him, you know, to build up the profile and everything else. I don't know if you guys agree with me, but yeah, I just don't see it like that.
Yeah, I mean,
go on, Mr.
no,
B.
go.
I was going to say,
Mike, one of you just take it, man. Grab the mic.
It's a windmill, and if the rumor is correct, Man United have actually employed someone who goes around, gather news from the club, and then spill it out into the newspaper. Part of that is to do with the stock exchange. So I know what talk is saying. I'd love Zidane at Man United, but the France job is up after 2022, I think, and I think that's where he's going to go. I think he's going to go to France.
It's a year and a half away.
Yeah,
it's a long time.
We said he's unemployed right now. He hasn't worked for nearly 2 years since the Real Madrid job. He ain't worked.
Can we just talk about the history of appointments under Ed Woodward for a second? In the 10 years that he's taken over from David Gill, we have not yet seen a joined up, planned, structured way of thinking in terms of any appointments that he's made. You even look at it in terms of the player acquisitions. How many times have we bought extra players for left wing, right wing, centre midfield that we don't need when we've left defensive midfield unappreciated, untaken care of, and being found lacking in? But to come back to something that Omondi said on Monday, or Omondi Jupa, as he's going by from last week, he said on Monday's show that he did not believe that Zidane was tested as a coach. And I made the reference that you could argue the same point for a certain Mr. Pep Guardiola that's over at the noisy neighbours. And I would say to you on Monday, given the squad that he had at Barca, at Bayern, at City, if you dropped Pep Guardiola in a Tottenham Hotspur, would he struggle the same as Zidane?
Do you want me to answer that?
Yeah, go on. He's throwing it at you.
So you're saying I question Zidane's pedigree and what he's done. I think he inherited a good squad at Real Madrid. He won 3 in a row. People say, oh, that's amazing. But Bob Paisley, I gave the example, Bob Paisley, he was spoon-fed a lovely squad and he got all the success out of it. And people say, oh, he's one of the greatest of all time. But I think he's a good manager, Bob Paisley, but he just inherited a great squad and won a lot of trophies with it. Same with Zidane. I'm yet to see him transition a squad, turn them around. He walked away rather than turn them around. But with Pep, I've seen his philosophy is very clear. You can write a book about it. I've seen him go to different clubs, different leagues, be successful. Granted, he's been at the best clubs in the league and he's able to have access to better players and everything else. But he's still been really successful. So there's a big, it's like day and night when you compare Zidane's credentials and Pep's, regardless of these Champions Leagues.
Mr. Monday, I would humbly submit to you the second stint that Mr. Zidane did at Real Madrid, they were struggling. And he turned them around, and guess what? He won that season, La Liga. So he has turned around a team that was in dire straits. But
was it the same team?
When you look at Pep, he had his Xavi, Iniesta, Messi, Busquets, Barcelona. He had his Muller, Lewandowski, and whatnot at Bayern Munich. He had his Agueros, De Bruyne's, Diaz's, companies, all these fellas at City. He has arguably not done the same thing as you're saying that Zidane has done, and taken a squad that hasn't been at the pinnacle of what that squad could be and built up his own squad. He's in the same boat as Zidane, but I would not argue that Pep is a bad manager.
Look, for me,
we agree. Talk him, you go.
For me, listen. When it comes to Zidane, this is when you talk about bringing in Zidane or you talk about bringing in Rodgers. Which one of those two managers are going to raise the bar at Man United in terms of how the players look up to this manager, look at this manager, and go, "Wow"? We all know what the answer is. We know what the answer is. If you're in that Man United squad and Zinedine Zidane walks through the door, you're like, "Oh wow, yeah, shit, this guy's won 3 back-to-back Champions Leagues, La Ligas." This cup, that cup, the other, managed him, managed this, and managed that. Right, you know what I mean? Wow, that gets you up there. Brendan Rodgers walks through the door. What do you say? Yeah, who's this guy? He's never even finished above Ollie in the league. He did okay in Scotland, but right, come on, let's have it right. It's not the same as the Prem. You know, you're already on the back foot, in my opinion, as soon as Brendan Rodgers walks through the door, because you've got players questioning, wait a minute, he's not finished above Ollie. Well, how does that help us? That's not the best way to do business. And that's right. This is what football is still a business. Even without the businessmen, it's still a business because you've got to be successful. So if you're going to be successful, you're bringing people who are going to give you that impression from the right off the bat. Wow, this guy, yeah, whoa, okay. Like you sat up straight, you know, your head's up, and you're like, yeah, okay, I'm having it. So that's the best way to set off. And so for me, everything that Zidane will bring with him if he does come to the club is only positives. And again, we can never guarantee it's going to work out for any manager, especially at Man United, because it is such a high-pressure job and expectation, blah, blah. But for me, I would much rather take a gamble on Zidane rather than a gamble on Brendan Rodgers. That's just the way it is. Come on, mate.
It's you know what? Because I just feel that Brendan Rodgers would be more long term. That's all I'm looking at. I'm just looking at the young players that we've got at our club and knowing that Brendan Rodgers will. I understand this Zidane thing. I do. And I'm not going to tell you that Brendan Rodgers is a better coach than Zidane. But my feelings haven't changed. I would take Brendan Rodgers at a heartbeat. Forget about the whole Liverpool shit. I would take Brendan Rodgers at a heartbeat.
I can see where you're saying and coming from, Mr. B, with the Brendan Rodgers thing, because obviously he's proven. I know, like Talk was saying about what Ole's finished higher than him, but he's achieved more than what Ole has achieved in his managerial career. So he's won FA Cup in England. He's won the Charity Shield. No one really look at that. But then Scotland, he did dominate Scottish football for a long time as well. With him as well, Brendan Rodgers, with youth players and Man United, our style of play, what we spoke about the other day, Man United philosophy, we are talking about young players, bringing young players through. And Brendan Rodgers will bring a lot of young players through at Manchester United. And it will be a system. It may take a long time to do, but Zidane is a top manager. We cannot deny what he's won. But if it was down to Brendan Rodgers and Zidane, it'd be very hard for me to pick which one, because I know Brendan Rodgers would do really well at Man United as well.
Does Zidane speak English?
Yeah, he does.
Bonjour, ça va, oui, et toi, bonsoir.
Oh my lord!
Elle est bonne funèbre.
It's hello, French.
Listen, let me say this. This is about right. Listen, this is about roots now as well. Roots. Which route do we want to take to getting back to success? Do we want to take the meandering route, which is going to have some unforeseen, dips and peaks and troughs with Brendan Rodgers, right? Or do we want to take a more direct route back to where we know we've been before? If we were taking a route to somewhere we've never been before, right? And you say, well, you can take this direct route, but you know what? It may be too fast, and you might crash. When you get to the end, because you've never been there before, you don't know what's at the end, right? Going for a tunnel with no light, right? But if you've been there before, even though it's got no light, there's no block at the bottom because you've been there before. So for me, why do we want to now go back to a manager who's going to meander his way, might take this, might take that, and blah blah blah? You're gonna no way. We've already been at the top. We just need somebody to come in and go, right, listen, wallop, bang, and push us right back to the top. And then once he's gone, we're then there or thereabouts still around the top. And then again, this is all about good decision making from people in the club and the board around the owners. So, just look at this equation. We need Zidane in now. Whilst Woodward's last appointment should be Zidane, in my opinion, because he puts a manager in who we know it's highly likely that he's going to get some kind of success with us, right? Then when Ed Woodward leaves, he's leaving us in a really good position. So the people who take over, no, but he will do it. The position that he's in right now. I mean, he's going to stay on as a
wanker.
Yeah, one of them, right?
But
the person who's going to take over, him, is obviously is hopefully going to learn from the mistakes that he's made and make better footballing decisions in terms of managers, in terms of director of football and blah, blah, blah. So for me, the best place he can leave us, rather than leaving us in a position of, I've got this manager now, he might do well for you, or I'll leave you with this manager who I would put everything I've got on doing well for you. Which one would you take? It's a no-brainer.
So let's go to Rebel quickly before we get into some of the comments then. Rebel?
Do you know, though, for me, we talk about Rodgers or Zidane. The one that makes the most sense in terms of trying to get to where we want to go, and that's the Man United way, would be Rangnick. Because he'd come in, he'd do his on-the-field management for his 6 months up until the summer, and then he moves up into that director of football role. That role that has so sorely bit us in the behind for the last 10 years. And we would actually start to see a structured approach to the way we go about our football business. Whatever Ed Woodward wants to do in terms of corporate sponsorships and all the rest of it, away with you. Give the budget that is due to the football side of the business over to the director of football and let him handle affairs from there without interference. So for me, it's not a question of Rodgers or Zidane. It's a question of getting a guy in that will break this trend of an accountant making football decisions at our club.
I agree with you, 100%.
Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm going to cut because I want Amanda to go through some of the questions quickly, some of the comments quickly. Sorry, guys.
Okay, so it's a good discussion. Hi to everyone. I don't speak German, but I believe this means we got a German panel.
We need Zidane.
We're drafting Zidane at Man United, so we need Zidane at Man United.
Zidane.
So, and welcome to Koulibaly Adama.
Thank you. And I know Talk is winging it. He doesn't actually speak German, but let's go through. So there's been a lot of comments where we're discussing about Rodgers here. And we've got Akio, he says, Rodgers is proven in the Premier League. Zidane isn't. He said, but Zidane's reputation and ceiling is much higher than Rodgers.
Agreed. I agree with that. I agree with that.
We've got Sarragon says, hi Sarragon. He says, Rodgers is like a B, is a grade B like Poch. Cup team manager. Okay. Long-term project would be Ten Hag. Dutch league is levels above the Scottish. Ajax now 9th best team in Europe on a shoestring. That is
I get it.
I
get that, but I just don't see. There's been nothing on Ten Hag. Ten Hag has come from us, as us talking in our WhatsApp group or on Twitter. There's been nothing about Ten Hag, and that's why I don't feel that he would be. The Rangnick one would be amazing, but our club doesn't do fucking amazing. They don't do it.
So here we have Akil says, I would take Rodgers over Poch. So Poch is out the equation. Poch is someone who used to be on our radar while he's at Spurs. There's a lot of speculation about Poch coming here. Poch did not speak English when he tore things up at Southampton, says Sarragon. And finally, my last one here is Ranić is pronounced Ranić. A great interim if Zidane doesn't want to. And big up, yo. Right back at you, Rush. How you doing, bro?
Big up. So, guys, right, that's the Zidane things out the equation. Solskjaer back at training. Now, he's going to be under a lot of pressure. We're not going to indulge too much about it because we have got the preview show tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. tomorrow night, I believe so. So we're not going to go too much into it. So, but the fact is, he's back at training. Van der Beek is back at training. You saw them the other day. He was standing behind Van der Beek whilst training. Do you guys believe he will change going away for that period of time and actually just change either personnels, or do you think he'll still go with the personnel he's going with rather than changing?
Can I answer that? Let me answer that. He's going to do the same bullshitness that he's been doing. Honestly, the pictures of all. I don't understand players are happy to be back in training, but I just don't like the fact that everything just seemed. They've come back, and I said it's just like nothing's happened. There's been no. I'm not saying they're supposed to apologize to us. I don't expect that. But when we lose, we get all of these Twitter goons and the Instagram guys posting their messages from. This is supposed to be from Rash. Oh, we go again. Unlucky, we go again. There was none of that for 9 days, and they've come back and they're all grinning like bloody Cheshire cats. You know, we're not offended by the fact that they've pissed off for 9 days. No, they're not our girl. They're not our wife. I don't expect an apology. I don't expect them to WhatsApp us and say blah, blah, blah. But they're carrying on like, especially Ollie, grinning. What does he have to grin about? Come on, man. He's killing all of us and he's coming back grinning.
Yeah.
Run over. Sorry,
that's all right. Go on. Talk.
Yeah.
He's back at training. I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to be optimistic on this weekend coming. I'm going to be very optimistic on this weekend against Watford. It's a game that we're going to go out, we should win. But the training, can you, like what Mr. B said, can you see any changes, or is it going to be the same old same?
Well, listen, he's going to put his faith in the players that he trusts. That's just the way it is. And we know his favourites. You know, we know who his favourite players are. So he's going to stick with that. In terms of them going away for the time they've gone away, yeah, it would have been great if they could have, you know, made it a shorter time away and gone back to the training ground earlier and worked on where there are obvious deficiencies. On the other hand, though, you got to look at it in like, okay, what's been said to them before they've gone away? You know, what have they been sent home with in terms of, you know, the mental processes to understand where the problems lie, where they've been going wrong, what needs to be improved upon. Because I don't see it as a case of he's just said to them, all right, I've seen a bit, I'll see you in 9 days, I'm effing off to Norway and, you know, do whatever you want. I don't see it like that. I think there's been some kind of conversation here about, you know, taking stock. We needed to take stock of where we were going, where we're lacking. So I'm hoping, for me, we're going to beat Watford. There's no two ways about that. We are going to beat Watford. Whether it has anything to do with Ollie or not, the players themselves, with this break that they've had and everything I've just said just now, taken into consideration, they will beat Watford. But look, that's all right. It's like one result, but then we're waiting again, then aren't we? Then for the next game to go, okay, whether it could be a blinding performance. You know, we could see some things happening that we've not seen all season, like OMONDI's favourite with the style of play. We might see some of that. We don't know. We just don't know what's been said. We don't know what to expect. So, but then again, like if we do see any of that, then where do we go from there? Then we're sat again, aren't we, waiting in the dark for the next game? Like, oh, is he going to stick with the same players? They've done really well in that Watford game, you know, because we know what he can do. He can send a team out, they do really well, and then next breath it's all changed up and it's gone to shit. So, you know, what's that? Luke Shaw hasn't trained yet, so expect him to spike. So I guess
it's right. He's bang on.
Well, that's what I said at the start, Mr. B. You know, we do know he's got his favourites, Ollie, and the guys who he trusts. For what, you know, he has his.
He's trusting the wrong people, though. He's trusting the wrong people.
Of course he is. He needs to, you know, start sort of saying, look, okay, listen, you've done well, but listen, somebody else, I need to see what the person who's fighting for your spot has got to offer. So, you know, let's create some real competition here. Just keep going with the same is dangerous, and we can see the consequences of that as where we sit in the table right now and the performances. You know,
yeah,
because at the end of the day, let's have it right, folks. Here right now, it's not about the results for me. This is about the way we've been playing. Because if it was about results, you know, if we were getting results but playing crap, we'd just be saying, oh, we're playing really crap. But if we were getting results, then it wouldn't be so much of a problem. But it's the way we've been playing that is the problem. Because you got to then start asking the question: how do we get out of this? Where do the points come from in order for us to climb the table and get closer to those, so we can grab hold of it? It's all right holding on to their coattails, but first of all, you've got to grab hold of them before you can hold on.
Rebel, you're itching. Go on, Rebel. You're itching.
I'm going to keep this short and sweet. Since the great escape to Norway after the Manchester City game, there's nothing that has happened in the international break that suggests that there's going to be a deviation from the way we've lined out so far. Because if that was the case, you would have been inside on the Monday morning last week and you would have been working on the boys and saying, listen, we need to change something. You're going to be getting your coaches around in the meeting table at 7 a.m. before training, and you're going to be saying, we need to kick these guys' asses. We need to absolutely work a system in place. And we need to say, right, Danny, I'm going to be putting you in against Watford. I need you going 100 miles an hour in training for the next 2 weeks. You'd have been saying the same to Sancho or to whoever else you're going to implement into your team sheet for Saturday. There's absolutely nothing that's happened that would suggest that we're going to go from anything other than the tried and tested. And Shaw starting without having done his top training, and probably McTominay coming back miraculously from his throat virus on Saturday is more than likely going to happen, and we're going to end up finishing nil all.
On Monday, take it away.
I just want to say, I'm really a bit disheartened, like seeing Ollie come back. Thought this was an opportunity over the international break to make some decisive action, you know, and that hasn't happened. And seeing Ollie coming back, looking a bit fresh-faced and everything else, I'm kind of like watching him closely because I think, you know, with all these sort of conspiracy theories, everything going around, maybe he's been cloned and sort of merged with Brian Clough's brain, or all the great managers, you know? Or maybe he went to give some advice to the Norwegian World Cup team who didn't qualify. Who knows? You know, that looks more likely because he's just full of defeat at the moment. Everything just spells defeat when it comes to Ollie at the moment. He doesn't inspire anybody at the club, doesn't inspire the players, and it's just really, I don't know, time is ticking. All this speculation, he must hear it. He must watch our show. He must watch all the shows out there. He must see it in the papers every day. And then probably to get away from all that, maybe to relieve the pressure. What would get me, this is what I find really difficult. He goes away, and as the boss, we all work with a boss, and we always bitch about our bosses, don't we? We always say, yeah, hi, boss, good morning. And,
don't know about you,
you're like that. Yeah, well, you are the boss, Solo. Not just at work, but here as well. But anyway, so I think when he walks back in, maybe he needs, you know, like come in there. He's not like he's going to come back all confident, right? And a new me, a new Ollie, and try something different because everyone would just laugh at him. Do you understand what I'm saying? How are you going to reinvent yourself when you've already lost the respect of the players and everything else, and you've got all this pressure on you? So all this fake smiling and good pass, well done, good drill. It's not going to inspire anybody. I think the players are at the point now, as we discussed with the training, where it's been leaked before, and the whole club and the media and the fans, all of us here, we all are a bit reluctant to sort of continue with Ollie, and we want to see something new, something fresh, and he can't bring that, I'm afraid. So it's going to be really interesting to see how we fare in the next few games. And how inspired he can get his team. I don't think it's there. The flame's gone out. Good night.
So guys, if you're watching, please like, please share, please subscribe. We're on 17 likes at the moment. Can we probably see if we can get it to 25 likes?
Yeah, man. Come on, press that button, guys.
Hit that button, guys. Hit that button. So on Monday, we're going to take some comments away. Really appreciate all the comments, guys, from the Money Agenda. Without you guys, we wouldn't really be on this platform talking. So we really appreciate it.
I just want to give a shout out. It's like initiation to you guys. Usually people come in and sing a song and do all that. But I want to say hi to Noah.
Big up, Noah.
I want to say thank you, Noah, for all the comments. I've seen you. We see you, brother. We see you. And we hope to see you every show. Welcome. And obviously, Rush is new on board as well. Big up, Rush, man. Thanks for all the support. Just going back to Noah as well. Noah's saying here, smash the like button, where we like that. And he's also saying Van der Beek is better than Matt Fred. So he's...
Wait, I've got to say something about that comment. I saw that comment earlier. Did anyone see Fred's performance for Brazil yesterday?
Yeah.
Sorry, who?
That's all I'm saying. That's all. I'll leave it that way. I'll leave it. Solo.
That has to be kept separate from Man United, bro. Has to be.
Thank you.
They don't. It's like trying to mix water with oil, mate. It's not. It doesn't work. It separates.
Sorry.
You can shake
Sorry
it.
on Monday. You carry on.
You know.
So Rush is saying, which similar I was saying earlier, the players will know the situation with the manager. So he suspects that the players already know what the plan is. You know, because they would get the heads up, wouldn't they? If anyone's going to know about it, they would be asking questions to their agents, everyone else. You know, so that's a good shout there.
I want to ask Russia, ask Rushmano, Russia, who do you want to see as manager? Brendan Rodgers or Zinedine Zidane? Just let me know in the comments.
Give him more options than that. Just say who you want to see as manager. I think we're being too restrictive with what we're saying here. Based on anybody, if we could have anybody out there, because what it is, we're just throwing out names that what about not saying Jurgen Klopp or Pep or these guys, but we want the best, you know, which is more suitable to our club. So out of everybody out there, who would you go for? Noah again says Klopp, Gegenpress. This is his style. So Klopp is associated with the Gegenpress. That's his identity. Pep, tiki-taka. Tuchel, high press. Ollie, in Ronaldo, I trust. There we go. I mean, you say it again. It's clear. It's become clear to everyone. There's no hiding place anymore. You just have to scratch the surface, and we've started to see where it's all falling apart here. What's this? We need to get the lights up, yeah. And finally, Rush says some players do need to take some of the blame. I'm not sure about that. What do you guys feel?
No.
I think some of the players got to hit the. Some of the.
But
players
why would the player? Who, for example, would take the blame? Maguire because he's playing poor. Do you think he takes some of the blame? Is that Ollie's? I mean, is it?
You know what? Yeah. The problem for me, Omondi, is the players are not performing. So it's not only down to the manager; it's also down to the players as well. Because the players, for me, you run through like everyone criticised Phil Jones. As much as bad as Phil Jones is, when Phil Jones go out, you know he's giving a performance because my man is doing diving headers on the floor with no ball or anything there. Yeah, he's trying to break his neck for Manchester United. Some of these players are not breaking their necks for Manchester United. They're not representing that bad.
Okay, let me just say this. Let me just clear this up right now. It's not the players, right? In my opinion, the manager gets paid a lot of money for a reason because you're supposed to manage, oversee the whole team playing well. So if someone's not playing well, it's down to you as manager responsibility to pick that up. You have to lift everyone up and get them and find a way, whether it's psychologically or whether it's on the training ground or wherever it is, go and speak to the missus or ask them what's going on. These are all techniques that top managers use to get the best out of your players. That's the manager's job. You know, we're talking about millionaire footballers out here now who, you know, might not have a bit of motivation in this thing. So you've got to get the best out of it. Whether it's Alex Ferguson stopping gigs and Sharp going raving, you know, Happy Mondays or whatever they were doing back in the day, or whether it's like what's his name, Mourinho having a go at Luke Shaw, thinking that would be the best way to get the best out of him. You know, we might have disagreed, but this because you've got to try. This the whole point is the purpose of being a manager. You've got to get the best out of everybody, not just one person. It's not a single man sport. Everyone. Out of 11 guys. If you compare it to NBA, to get NBA players playing on point and get a great NBA team is it's a lot easier than football because there's only 5 guys in a team. So when they work and it clicks. But to get 11 guys on a football pitch, all working in unison like that, it's down to the manager, and you have to oversee everything. So the manager's responsible, not the players.
Also, though, Amanda, there has to be a desire and a will to win and to want.
The manager is responsible for.
No, I know that.
Yeah,
I know what you're saying. But there is, you still as a player, you still have to have that hunger and that kind of self-belief and that kind of like, you know what, you know, we can do this. You still got to push yourself. The manager can push you. You know what, like to a certain extent, but you still have to give the extra 10% yourself. He can get you to the top of the mountain, but you've got to push yourself over. As a player,
no Mings from Maguire, please. Stop that.
I quite like Mings. I know he's had a bit of a tough season.
I like Mings. I like Mings as well.
I've said it for ages, man. I've said it for time, man. I like Mings.
We've done a show back last season, and I said the same thing. I do like Mings. I do like.
What, because he points on the pitch and act like he knows what he's doing. Jesus Christ.
If you don't mind, I'd like to just come in real quick. It's just because we mentioned Solo's boy, his main man, his geezer, Fred. No, we have Bradford Fred playing for United, but that's a different story. There was a stream I watched earlier on today, Rush Mano's Flying Pig United, and they had an interesting question, and I'm going to throw it out to the panel here and to the viewers in the chat. The worst Brazilian to play in the Premier League?
Jemba.
No,
Brazilian.
Wasn't Jemba Brazilian?
No.
All right, I got one.
That's a Monday of the week, by the way.
You can say Clemson. All right, here's mine. There's a guy called Mirandinho, played for Newcastle. It wasn't the Premier League, but it's still the top division. Probably about 85, 86. After a good performance in the World Cup, I think it was.
Young for that, Monday. We're too young to remember that.
But he came and it was too cold for him. He was a talented player, but he didn't really do too well, and he flopped for the status that he came in at. So what he actually did, it was nothing really. But otherwise, Kleberson would be another one I would add to that list.
Yeah,
and there was a guy from Alvarez from they bought him from Dutch football. He was a striker. He went to Middlesbrough. Gareth Southgate bought him, and he was banging goals in the Dutch league. And he came to us. Do you remember this guy? Something Alvarez or something like that. Striker bought from Heerenveen, maybe one of these clubs. But he didn't perform for Middlesbrough either. So there's been a few.
Yeah. So guys, if you're watching, please like, please share, please subscribe. And we are up to 23 likes. So we said 2 more, but I'm sure we can get 30 likes by the end of the show. I'm pretty certain.
Man saying Kleberson.
Yeah, Kleberson was terrible.
By the way, mine's Rocky Jr.
Yeah. Came from AC Milan, good player out there, but he flopped over here.
Yeah, we got Kleberson in the back in the comments as well. A few Kleberson as well in there. So let's go to some of the comments now, guys, because we're going to come back tomorrow night again for our preview show, Watford Manchester United. And yes, we are going to be at the game as well. So if you do support Manchester United and you will be at the game, please come and find us or leave a message underneath once we finish the show underneath the YouTube link, and we'll contact you. So on Monday, some of these comments.
Okay, so we're just talking about the most recent comment. We're talking about Chatinho. We don't know who he is, but he's poor. He's obviously Fabinho. Who's Fabinho? Which one are you talking about?
This is the best.
Okay, that's an interesting one. I'm not sure about that. And Andres Pereira. He was born in Brazil. Is he really Brazilian? I'm not even joking. I thought he was maybe someone came from somewhere else.
He's Brazilian. He's Brazilian.
Okay, he's Brazilian. Anderson, I love Anderson. I thought he was a fantastic player. I remember, Alvarez from Middlesbrough. That's the guy I was talking about. Yeah. He was a striker, came with a big reputation, but didn't do much. Anyone else? What about Emerson? He used to play for Middlesbrough, and Jorginho.
Jorginho was good.
Jorginho
was good.
Was a baller.
Yeah, man, don't be calling out Jorginho.
Was a baller.
I know. I'm saying because the question is the best and the worst. So I'm just calling them these guys out. Just quickly here, who should replace from Maguire? Noah. I don't understand. Why do you think Maguire should be replaced? You're not ready for it yet. You're not ready. Anyway,
his last 5 games for Man United is probably why he thinks he needs to be replaced.
Okay. Give him an opportunity to turn it around. Here's one from Akil. He says, players have to perform, but it's up to the manager to drop them if they don't. If you don't reward performances and keep picking your favourites, players won't care. That's a good shout. And also, just on that point, say you can have the best manager, but if the players are not good enough, you're knackered. That's a good shout as well. But how do you inspire? You've got to inspire the players somehow, haven't you? You've got to try and get the best out of them, no matter who you are. And just finally, this one says, but it's not the manager who makes mistakes in the game. They need to do better. This is the discussion about the players taking responsibility, or is it the manager? And I think.
Sorry, I've got. I've seen a comment here before we move on. I know the show's ending in a minute. This one here from Saragon, Pereira, who never got a sniff when he was playing for Man United, is now in the Brazilian squad.
Yeah,
Oli is ending international careers. I'm telling you.
Well, it's done. I mean, Donny van der Beek. He's not in the Dutch squad, is he?
Yeah, that's because he came to us.
I know. It's a shame. It is a shame, but this is why we want to see more players getting more time.
Yeah, 100%. Guys, if you're watching the channel for the first time, can you smash a like, share, subscribe, and can we see if we can get up to 30 likes before the show end? We are the Man United Agenda, and we are giving you the chance to win yourself a signed Bruno Fernandes football shirt, which is sitting right next to me with his lovely signature on it as well. So let's move on with some more topics. Paul Pogba. His agent came out today saying that basically he's not getting any involvement with what's going on with Paul Pogba because ex-players can come out and quote and get away with what they're saying. But if he comes out and says something and states something, it's a crime. So he's letting Paul Pogba enjoy himself, and then we'll talk in January. What do you guys make of that comment?
I'll come in first if you don't mind. Sorry.
No, go on, Rebel. Go on.
What I'm reading into that is that particular agent was shut up by Pogba after some incidences before the summer, and he's basically learned his lesson, and he's keeping his gob shut because he knows that he can still articulate deals without having it blown up all over the Times, the Sun, or wherever you're having in terms of your media. Also, interestingly, Paul Pogba is currently undergoing his recovery training in, guess where? Saudi Arabia.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's in Saudi right now, as we speak. I know, Mr. B. Mr. B, you're not happy. Your boy, talk to us.
I'll be honest, man. I don't even give a shit half the time, bruv. Man United are starting to piss me off. Ollie's really beginning to piss me off. To see, as I said, I went from the beginning. That smiling face has done me. I'm so glad we've got the preview show tomorrow so that we can discuss this Watford game, because I want to hear his press conference. I'm going to listen to it. I'm not going to watch it because I'm going to punch his face in. So I will listen to it, and then I know we will focus on our stuff in the group, especially Rebel. I know he's on it. So I'm expecting a lot of feedback from you guys tomorrow. But for Zidane coming, he ain't coming. Pogba, my guy, he's going to leave. You're right. I think what's his name has shut him up. Told him just whatever happens, he doesn't, as Rebel said, he doesn't need to be talking and telling the whole world. You know what I mean? Shut your mouth. January's going to come. He's going to sign for whoever he's going to sign for. He's going to play like an absolute cock for the last 6 months that he's here. And everybody's going to say, oh, F Pogba, he shouldn't have come. I won't be, though. I love him.
But that's the thing there, Mr. B. You're right.
Sorry, Talk. I was going to say, before I move on to you, Talk, he's top assist in the Premier League this season as well.
Yeah, but he got four of them in one game against bloody Leeds. They played with their legs like this.
Yeah. Listen, for me, it's quite clear Pogba's already, and his agent, they've made their decision now. So why they don't need to keep rambling? It's like, right, look, we know what we're doing in January. It's cool. You're going to leave not January, in the summer. I think he's going to go in the summer when there's no fee, so that he can then work on getting more in terms of wages. So rather than the fee going to Man United, he'll get the fee in wages, or most of it, because he'll say to the club, look, you're not paying for me. I've saved you, let's say, I've saved you 80 mil, but I want at least 60 in wages. So that's what's going on right now. So they don't need to make no more noise. Everybody knows he's going to be leaving. So it's going to be like a bit like the Haaland situation, where there's this bidding war's going to take off, So, but for me, Pogba, look, it's like, I don't know, it's almost like the toy. I said it before, it's like the toy, when you go to the toy shop when you're a kid looking through the window and you can't grab them. You see all these great things, but you can't grab them. That's like Pogba. It's like you can see all these great things, but you can't give it us. You can't have it. It's like, no, I know I can do this.
I swear to God, Surrogate's too funny, man.
But so for me, we can listen. We don't need to be like having our whole Man United world revolving around Pogba. It's crazy. It's absolute crazy. Let's let the guy, if it's not going to work out for us in a financial sense, and also in a minutes played to assists in terms of helping us win, then just move on, mate. Go on, look, you go and do what you're doing. Well, we can replace Paul Pogba. I don't see what the big panic is. He's had more than enough opportunities, in my opinion. So just replace him. Simple.
Rebel.
Yeah, I fully believe that he's already pretty much packed his bags and is getting ready to leave us. Barring his boy Zidane coming in, that might change. That might be the only variable factor that could actually swing it. But like Mr. B, I don't believe Zidane is coming. I don't believe there's the only thing that the Zidane thing is doing is he's probably getting ready to come back into management somewhere, albeit probably the French job, and he's happy to be in circulation. Real Madrid have already admitted defeat in terms of Haaland because they've accepted he's going to the Premier League. To who, we don't know, but I'd imagine 500k a week, given their current financial circumstances, would probably be difficult for Real Madrid. Juve, Paris, and possibly even Newcastle could be the players I think, for Pogba's signature.
Newcastle.
That's a twist.
Even if that was the case, you know what? So what? Great, you can have him. Newcastle can have him. You know, if they're willing to pay the money on, then brilliant. We don't have to. We don't have to be building that. You know, our whole future around Paul Pogba. It's a nonsense. Absolute nonsense. Just get a shot. Bring somebody else in. Bring a young talent through from somewhere else. Tuchemene, Kesse, whoever. You know, whoever you got the eye on, just get them. You know, and if he wants to leave in the summer on a free and get more wages, then you know what, he's quite entitled to, in my opinion, because he's bringing a skill set with him that is going to demand top dollar. It's just that
before I go to Omondi as well, yeah.
Go on.
Before I go to Omondi, sorry. Talk. I understand what you're saying, but we're Manchester United. We can't negotiate anything, so don't worry about any top players like that.
No, yeah, well, at the moment we can't
negotiate anything.
Ed Woodward is going to be leaving his position and moving into a kind of.
It doesn't matter if they leave. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We're Manchester United.
No, I know what you're saying, but I've got to have hope for the future.
On Monday, take it away. Pogba on the situation with his agent.
Yeah, this happens a lot. I mean, there's always a lot of talking at international break. If things are said, I would like to play for Real Madrid. I would like to, play for PSG. Whatever's been said in the past, it doesn't reflect well on Manchester United. I think we need to sort of restrict that kind of thing from going forward. There's been a lot of mismanagement. I mean, how we could obviously we let Pogba go and we've bought him back for a whirl of money, and now he could be going on a free. It just doesn't look good. Something needs to change. They're sort of saying the whole club needs to reflect on this. We bought Alexis Sanchez, for example, and put him on a big wage. We've got De Gea on a big wage. We've got players like Di Maria we brought in over the years. We've really not invested correctly. So I think with all the millions of pounds we spent, sometimes you've got so much money you can flush on thinking you can just make it work like that. I think we need this. This highlights how we need to sort of improve the squad, play Pogba in centre midfield, get a manager who's going to play in centre midfield. He's a quality player. You can't afford to be losing someone like this on a free. So I agree with Saragon as well. Ollie is Monday of the week, every week these days. That is so true. And maybe we should just scrap it from now and start calling it the Ollie of the week. Suggestion.
It's been one of them shows today, isn't it? Bloody hell.
You know, that's pre-match nerves, Mr. B. That's pre-match nerves, because we've had the international break. You've got this game against Watford coming up, and you're like the kid in the schoolyard, like, when I see you, I'm going to knock you, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And you're like, yeah. And you turn around, and there he is stood behind you, and you go, I've left my PE kit. See ya.
Rough up a bit.
Wow. Just one point from Ed Woodward. He'd like to say that a Monday will always be the Monday of the week and nothing will ever change.
Brilliant. Guys, if you're watching for
that's not a credible source.
If you're watching, guys, share, like, subscribe. Thank you very much. We did hit the 25 likes, but obviously, hopefully the show goes on and we keep hitting more and more likes, and share and like and subscribe. Share amongst your friends, your family. We're the Mani Agenda. We on here. What it is, without you guys, it wouldn't be a channel. And we come on here on our spare time, just have a laugh, a joke and everything, and interact with you, all Man United fans, even though Anthony Herbert is an Arsenal fan, but he's one of our #1 fans as well. Big up, Anthony. But Anthony, you are in a chance to win yourself a Man United shirt, signed shirt by Bruno Fernandes. All you need to do is subscribe. We are on the road to 1K subscriber. And at the moment, I believe we're about 170 subscribers away. So just share it with your friends, your family. And we appreciate every single comment, and also like and share and subscribe from the Mani Agenda. And this is the shirt you can win once we hit that 1K subscriber. And on Monday, we'll be doing the draw. But the problem will be, will he make a mistake and get the Monday of the week on that week as well?
Well, we cannot. If Anthony Herbert wins it, I'm going to veto it. I've got a one veto power. I'm vetoing it. Anthony's an Arsenal fan, and you know he's going to do terrible things with that shirt, and I can't.
You know what? I'm really excited. Jokes aside now, I mean, back to Premiership football. We've got a lot of shows coming up. We're actually going to the Watford game as well, guys. So make sure you tune in, and we'll be interviewing fans as well. We've got a live watch along as well. We'll be able to do the watch along. It's at 3 o'clock.
They're doing it. Talk will be doing watch along.
Talk will be okay. Talk will be doing a live watch along as well. Friday night show with Mr. B. Got a quiz on Friday night as well. So a lot going on with the Man United Agenda. So make sure you tune in over the next few days because it's going to be hyped, and you never know, something big might happen.
Yeah. And also, guys, if you would like as well, keep the conversation going. All you need to do is just comment on the YouTube channel, and myself, Omondi, Mr. B, Talk, and Rebel will get back to you as well.
Yeah.
So,
and
guys,
the community as well, the community posts.
and the
Keep your eye on
community
the
post,
community.
guys. Jump on the community post. We have got the community post starting off up there as well. We do post up there daily. Do you guys think we need a new goalkeeper? No, we don't. I don't think we are. I think we're very comfortable with it. So,
Come
guys,
on the show tomorrow. We'll talk about that one.
we'll talk about the
Cosman.
goalkeepers and everything, guys, tomorrow. But, guys, if you're liking, please like, please share, please subscribe to the Man United Agenda. And this is us, myself, Solo United, or Solo 7, I like to call myself. Please do not, that's not on a Monday of the week, by the way. Rebel, Rebel, Mr. B, on Monday. Guys, it's been absolutely brilliant show. Thank you all for tonight, and have a lovely night. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, wait.
Oh,
Jackie. Hi, Jackie.
hello, Jacqueline.
Love you, Jackie.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Jacqueline. Thank you.
Hopefully,
Thank
fingers
you.
crossed. Next agenda, life after Ollie. Oh my God.
Thank you, Jacqueline. Appreciate it. Absolutely brilliant comment. We
Big
dropped
up,
that.
Jackie.
Thank you. Keep the conversation going, guys. We will be on the community post, and also if you keep commenting tonight after the show on the YouTube channel, we'll be there with you as well. So thank you all for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. Good night.